Welcome to the Mushroom Therapy Podcast, a space dedicated to exploring the therapeutic, psychological, and deeply transformative relationship between human consciousness and the mushroom. This podcast exists to help you understand how to approach mushrooms and psilocybin journey work from a grounded, therapeutic, and responsible perspective. My name is psychologist Yi Lin, and I will be guiding you through these conversations, insights, and reflections as we explore how the mushroom can be approached not as an escape, not as a trend, but as a profound tool for healing, integration, and psychological growth. In a world that often feels chaotic, overwhelming, and disconnected, many people are searching for something that can help them understand themselves more deeply. People are searching for meaning, clarity, healing, and a way to move beyond the invisible wounds that many of us carry from our past. Trauma, stress, anxiety, depression, and emotional fragmentation are becoming increasingly common in modern life. Yet at the same time, there is a growing curiosity about the healing potential of plant and fungal medicines, particularly psilocybin mushrooms. The purpose of this podcast is to bridge the worlds of psychology, therapeutic practice, and ancient wisdom. Too often, mushrooms are misunderstood. Some people approach them purely recreationally, while others approach them with fear because of decades of misinformation. What we aim to do here is introduce a balanced therapeutic perspective, one that respects both modern psychology and the long lineage of shamanic traditions that have worked with these medicines for centuries. Psilocybin mushrooms have been studied extensively in recent years by researchers around the world. Clinical studies have shown promising outcomes for conditions such as treatment-resistant depression, PTSD, addiction, end-of-life anxiety, and deep trauma healing. However, one of the most important lessons emerging from this research is that the substance itself is only part of the equation. The context in which it is approached, the preparation, the environment, the intention, and the integration are just as important as the medicine itself. This is what we refer to as therapeutic journey work. Therapeutic journey work is the intentional use of altered states of consciousness for the purpose of psychological healing, emotional release, and self-understanding. It is not about chasing visions or extraordinary experiences. Instead, it is about creating the conditions where the psyche can safely unfold, where suppressed emotions can surface, and where new insights about one's life can emerge. Many people imagine that a mushroom journey is simply about taking a substance and having a powerful experience. In reality, the true therapeutic value of this work lies in the structure surrounding the experience. Preparation, intention, emotional readiness, and integration are what turn an experience into a meaningful therapeutic process. That is why education is so important. One of the goals of the Mushroom Therapy podcast is to provide a framework for understanding how these journeys can be approached responsibly. We will discuss psychological safety, the importance of proper preparation, the role of facilitators and guides, and how to integrate insights from altered states into daily life. You will hear discussions about trauma processing, emotional regulation, nervous system awareness, and how the mind reorganizes itself during psychedelic states. These are not mystical concepts alone. They are processes that modern neuroscience and psychology are beginning to understand more clearly. During a psilocybin journey, the brain often shifts into a state of increased connectivity. Regions of the brain that normally operate separately begin to communicate in new ways. This can allow memories, emotions, and insights that were previously compartmentalized to come together. In therapeutic contexts, this can create opportunities for people to revisit difficult experiences from a place of greater awareness and compassion. However, it is important to remember that powerful psychological material can emerge during these journeys. This is why preparation and support are essential. When approached responsibly, these experiences can help individuals confront unresolved emotions, release stored tension, and gain a new perspective on their life story. This podcast will also emphasize something that is often overlooked in discussions about psychedelics: integration. Integration is the process of translating the insights of a journey into meaningful change in everyday life. Without integration, even the most profound experience can fade into memory without creating lasting transformation. Integration involves reflection, journaling, therapeutic conversations, meditation, and sometimes making tangible changes in one's habits, relationships, and environment. Healing is not a single moment. It is a process. Throughout this podcast, we will explore many aspects of that process. We will discuss the psychology of transformation, how the mind processes trauma, how the nervous system responds to altered states, and how individuals can build healthier relationships with themselves and the world around them. We will also speak about the importance of humility when approaching these medicines. The mushroom is not something to dominate or control. It is something to approach with curiosity, respect, and patience. Many traditions that have worked with mushrooms for centuries refer to them as teachers. From a psychological perspective, what this often means is that the altered state allows individuals to encounter parts of themselves that were previously hidden or suppressed. The teacher is not an external force, but rather the intelligence of the mind revealing itself when given the right conditions. Another important aspect of this podcast is the collaboration between psychology and lived experience. The Mushroom Therapy YouTube channel, hosted by Shaman Gabriel, plays a key role in bringing these conversations to life. Gabriel has spent years exploring the relationship between mushroom journey work and personal transformation, guiding individuals through deeply intentional experiences designed to help them reconnect with themselves and release emotional burdens. His work focuses on creating environments where people can safely explore their inner world while being supported through the process of preparation and integration. The YouTube channel expands on many of the ideas discussed here, offering insights, conversations, and real-world perspectives on the therapeutic journey. If you are interested in learning more about the therapeutic approach to mushroom work, we strongly encourage you to explore the Mushroom Therapy YouTube channel, hosted by Shaman Gabriel, where many of these ideas are explored in greater depth. In addition to this podcast and the YouTube channel, there is another resource that brings these teachings together in a structured format. The book, The Ultimate Mushroom Therapy Protocol, available on Amazon, provides a comprehensive framework for understanding how therapeutic mushroom journeys can be approached responsibly. This book explores the preparation process, the psychological considerations involved in journey work, and the importance of post-journey integration. It was created as a guide for individuals who want to understand the deeper therapeutic context of this work and approach it with care, respect, and intention. If you are serious about learning how to approach mushroom therapy in a responsible and thoughtful way, I highly recommend exploring the Ultimate Mushroom Therapy Protocol on Amazon as a companion to this podcast. As we move forward in future episodes of the Mushroom Therapy Podcast, we will dive deeper into many topics related to healing and psychological transformation. We will explore how trauma shapes the mind and body, how altered states can reveal unconscious patterns, and how individuals can cultivate the emotional resilience needed to integrate these experiences. We will also talk about common misconceptions surrounding mushrooms and psychedelic therapy. Many people believe that these experiences are unpredictable or chaotic. While powerful experiences can certainly occur, the reality is that structured preparation and therapeutic support can dramatically increase the safety and meaningfulness of the process. Education is empowerment. When individuals understand how their mind works, how trauma is stored in the nervous system, and how altered states can reveal underlying patterns, they become better equipped to navigate their own healing journey. This podcast is not here to promote shortcuts. Healing does not happen overnight. It requires honesty, courage, patience, and often the willingness to look at parts of ourselves that we may have avoided for years. But when people approach this work with sincerity and proper guidance, the results can be deeply meaningful. Many individuals report gaining clarity about long-standing emotional patterns, releasing grief they had carried for decades, reconnecting with a sense of purpose, or simply rediscovering compassion for themselves. At its core, the work of mushroom therapy is about reconnection. Reconnection with the body, reconnection with emotions, reconnection with the deeper parts of the self that modern life often encourages us to suppress. It is also about learning to listen. The mind has an extraordinary capacity to heal when given the right conditions. Sometimes what people need most is not another distraction, but a safe space to encounter themselves fully and honestly. That is the spirit of the Mushroom Therapy Podcast, a place for education, a place for reflection, a place for thoughtful conversations about healing, psychology, and the responsible use of mushrooms in therapeutic contexts. As you continue listening to this podcast, remember that the journey of healing is deeply personal. There is no single path that works for everyone. What we offer here are perspectives, frameworks, and insights that may help illuminate your own path. If you would like to continue exploring these ideas, be sure to check out the Ultimate Mushroom Therapy Protocol on Amazon, which provides a deeper look into the structured approach to therapeutic mushroom work. And don't forget to visit the Mushroom Therapy YouTube channel hosted by Shaman Gabriel, where you can find additional conversations, teachings, and perspectives on this evolving field of consciousness and healing. Thank you for joining me here on the Mushroom Therapy Podcast. This is psychologist Yi Lin, and I look forward to exploring these conversations with you as we continue to learn, grow, and understand the therapeutic potential of the mushroom together.
Hello everyone, it's Shaman Gabriel. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also check out this video right here that YouTube thinks you will really enjoy. Thank you for tuning in.